Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a look at a pretty big question, maybe a bit unsettling. What if space isn't quite as empty as we like to think?
Hmm,
Specifically, we're focusing on, well, a strange incident with the International Space Station and some really interesting claims tied to it.
that's right. It all kicked off, or at least this part of the story did, back on January 29th, 2014.
Okay.
On that day, the live camera feed from the ISS apparently showed something, well, odd. A strange yellow, sort of elliptical object.
Yellow and elliptical.
Yeah, and it looked like it was actually docked with the hull. That was
Wow.
the description doing the rounds.
Wow. Okay, so I imagine that footage didn't stay quiet for long.
Oh, not at all. It hit YouTube pretty fast, sparked huge interest,
Mm-hmm.
naturally, and, claims started flying about UFOs,
Right.
maybe even aliens beating astronauts up there.
Right, the classic alien rendezvous theory.
Right.
Okay, let's try and unpack this a bit.
Definitely.
So, for anyone who maybe missed this back in 2014, what exactly did people see on that feed? What made it stand out?
Well, the video that circulated widely showed this very distinct object. Yellowish hue, elliptical shape, and crucially, it seemed fixed to the station's exterior.
Fixed, not just like floating past.
Exactly. It appeared stationary relative to the ISS structure. For anyone watching that public feed, it was clearly, not standard space debris or another known craft. It looked anomalous.
That's definitely striking. But, strange footage appears online sometimes. Was there anything else? Any voices, maybe from inside the space program, that gave this, well, more weight?
And this is where it gets really interesting. Because, yes, these kinds of public sightings, they sometimes echo claims from people who were, on the inside.
Like who?
Specifically, a guy named McClelland. He was a former NASA employee, spent something like 34 years there.
34 years. What did he do?
He held some pretty critical roles, including spacecraft operator. He was
Yeah.
involved in major launch operations, shuttle missions for decades. So not just some low-level guy.
Okay, a spacecraft operator. That does lend a certain credibility, doesn't it? So, what was his big claim?
Well, McClelland asserted quite significantly that he himself had witnessed a similar kind of event, an alleged alien rendezvous during a U.S. space shuttle mission years earlier.
He saw something like this himself during a shuttle mission.
That's what he claimed. And what's fascinating, maybe suspicious depending on how you look at it, is the timing. His security clearance was reportedly pulled by NASA in 1992.
Pulled it in 92.
Yeah, just before he started making these claims publicly. So according to him, if some kind of extraterrestrial craft did dock with the ISS in 2014,
It wouldn't be the first time.
exactly, that was his point. He was essentially saying there's a hidden history here.
Okay, so let's connect the dots here. We have this public sighting in 2014, the video, the speculation,
Right.
and then we have this testimony from a long-term NASA insider, McClelland, saying, I've seen similar, and it's happened before. So, I mean, what does this actually mean for us? How does this shake up our view of space or even NASA itself?
Well, that's really the crux of it, isn't it? If, and it is a big if, of course, but if these alleged alien rendezvous are actually happening,
Uh-huh.
it forces a reevaluation of much more than just are we alone. It challenges the official stories about contact, doesn't it? It implies a level of secrecy.
Secrecy that could really impact public trust, you mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It suggests maybe humanity isn't just looking out at the universe, but perhaps we're already involved in some kind of, well, unacknowledged cosmic interaction. Diplomacy, even.
Wow, cosmic diplomacy.
And that just raises huge questions, right?
Yeah.
What kind of knowledge might be getting exchanged? What could that mean for our tech, our science, maybe even our understanding of who we are?
It really does give you pause thinking about those possibilities. So to recap, we've got the 2014 ISS incident, this strange object seen on the live feed, and these really compelling claims from Clark McClelland, the NASA veteran, suggesting this isn't a one-off thing. It definitely invites you, the listener, to really ponder what might be going on up there.
Indeed. And maybe the final thought to leave people with is this. If these encounters, these sort of hidden meetings, are real, what's the ultimate purpose?
Right.
Is it about sharing knowledge? Or, perhaps more unsettlingly, is information being deliberately kept back, shaping our future in ways we don't even realize?
The universe is vast, that's for sure. And maybe it's a lot less empty and a lot less known than we've ever dared to imagine. Definitely keep exploring those possibilities.